When I retire, I should write a book. I've been collecting a lot of stories for it, and no, not about you church people. It would be about my daughter, Marie. She is 36 years old, but I still think of her as my little girl. Because of her profound mental disabilities, she is, in fact, always a little girl. And I've kept notes over the years of her life because it's worth it. She has brought a great deal of sorrow and pain to me and to her mom. But she has also brought a great deal of wisdom and laughter and joy. You could say she is both a Good Friday girl and also an Easter girl. The Christian church exists because of Easter stories. Before there was a New Testament, before there were written Gospels, before there was a completed Bible, there was a community of storytellers. People remembered their stories about Jesus, and people told their stories about Jesus. They told stories about what he taught, and how he healed, and how he lived, and how he died, and stories of what happened after. Jesus was alive again and still with them. Not in the same way as before, but he was still with them. The storytelling community became the Easter people. They had Easter stories to tell. And Easter stories still happen. Now this is an in-between time. We are locked down and we are isolated from most other people. I am not able to see my little girl. I talk with her by phone, but it's not the same. I'm sure you are having the same feeling in your life. It's an in-between time, and we can't be with all the people we need and love. That makes our stories about them even more important. After the death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus, in a sense, he was gone. He was with his people, but not with his people. And it has been an in-between time ever since, as the Christian church awaits his return. He was here, and now he's here in a different way, but we wait for a more complete way. And stories get us there. Right now, Marie is with me, but not with me. So my stories about her keep me going, especially the Easter stories Marie gave me, like this one. One year, long ago now, she and I went for a walk, just the two of us. It was a day or two after Easter, so I had some time off. Now, you need to realize that Marie talks nonstop. If she's awake, she's talking. So I'm only going to give you the highlights of our talk that day. There are always lots of extraneous comments she makes in her never-ending stream of patter. You have to pay attention, and you kind of have to sift through it all. So as we walked that day in the Easter season, just for fun, I told her the Easter story again. I know it by heart from the Gospels, and I tried to tell it in a way she would understand. And then I asked her a question. Marie, who is Jesus to you? She said, he's my friend. He loves me. Well, you can see she's a preacher's kid, right? And then she chattered on about some other stuff. I said, I am so glad Jesus is your friend. She replied, do you want to see him? Well, I was kind of taken aback, and I said, well, yes. She asked, today? Holy smokes, she's like one of those in-your-face evangelists. Today? I left a long silence, and she chattered on for a while about other things, and then I tried again. So, how do I see him? And she answered very simply with just 3 words. in your heart. We went on walking, she kept on chattering, and at the end of this walk, she said this, and I'm telling you the truth. This was a good walk. It was good for our hearts. Now, there's more to the story. 2 weeks later, after that conversation, I took her for another walk. It was a gorgeous evening, and I reminded her of that conversation we'd had 2 weeks before about Easter. And then I asked her a question. What did Jesus say the last time he talked to you? Without a pause, she said, "He remembers my heart and he loves the smile on my face." And then she chattered on about other stuff. And finally, she asked me, "Are you going to write this down?" She knows me well. You bet I did. It's an Easter story. And like the first friends of Jesus, I cherish Easter stories in my heart. I need to cherish these Marie stories now because it's an in-between time. I hope you have your own stories to cherish about the people you love but cannot be with right now in this in-between time. Remember your own stories, the ones that belong just to you. And remember the Easter stories that belong to all Christians. It's an in-between time, and we need those stories. Take it from Marie. They are good for your heart.